Welcome back to match one. This is Old Man Poole. We won the dice roll. And we have a reasonably good mono blue hand here. Let's go ahead and keep. Do obviously need to find some interaction, but we're doing okay. I guess we do play Shipwreck Looter on 2, probably. Ooh, especially given my opponent's played Highland Lake. That usually means he's gonna have an aggressive start. If we had a swamp, we'd be really happy to play Queen's Bay Soldier here and try and get the loot later, but I think we just need to get cards out onto the battlefield. Blue-red does play a bunch of cards that punish 1 toughness creatures, so maybe that's a consideration. But not getting behind on tempo against this deck, I think, is really important. On the other hand, it looks like he doesn't have a 2-drop. Oh, never mind, he's pausing. No 2-drop. Okay. Sailor means we can at least splash, which is nice. Looks like he did really kind of consider maybe playing something. Like a dual shot, maybe? Yeah, my opponent's going very slowly here. He may have something like end of turn. I like playing Sailor Means, though. I think it's unlikely to get killed by whatever he's about to play. And the treasure is relevant because it can help us play our black cards. Okay, no play from my opponent. Interesting. I think if I had dual shot, I do shoot it at the end of combat, even if I'm only getting a 1-for-1. I can see, depending on how your hand looks, holding it and saying, like, well, maybe he'll play another 2 or 1 toughest creature and you really get a blowout. But, interesting. Okay. Well, I guess let's swing with the force. I don't think there's anything instant speed that blows us out. I'm very happy if my blue-red opponent's just not playing anything here. Since again, this deck is usually heavily tempo-based. Maybe he's playing the exception, it's kind of controlling, but I think if you're not already have your opponent down to like 12 or so by turn 4, you're not looking great. Okay. Headwater Sentries. Perfectly reasonable if unexciting card. Good defender, and good defenders I think are kind of what this deck needs. So we're not crazy far off City's Blessing. So we do find like Secrets of the Golden City. It's maybe not terrible. Ooh, Crashing Tide. Just trading on tempo there is great for us. Yeah, it looks like my opponent had a really clunky draw. I am not going to use up... Okay, well, let's swing with both these, I guess, first. I think we're actually going to play River Dart and Queen's Bay Soldier over the Headwater Sentries. That puts more power on the battlefield since my opponent seems not be able to interact. And I don't really want to crack the treasure, as we always do want to give us the out to play Tetsamok. This really is like Tetsamok.deck. So, is there anything that can be a blowout? I mean, Fiery Cannonade, I guess, only hits the Queen's Bay Soldier. I don't even know what my opponent's hand looks like. He just really flood out, maybe? Kept kind of a questionable hand with a lot of interaction. Oh, okay. So I guess I'll Crashing Tide that. And it ends up, I guess it's a 2-for-1. Just kind of a slow one. Ooh, Riverwise Auger's not bad either. Do I want to play it using the treasure? Ooh, actually a land. Makes that decision easy. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe my opponent really is playing like a blue-red like controlling deck. There are cards in the format like Entrancing Melody that would lead me to play that sort of a deck, but I think that is definitely outside of the norm. So we have lethal on board, we don't have any interaction. Alright, my opponent's gotta have something. I think we do play Riverwise Auger first. On the off chance that, I don't know, we find some interaction. Actually, can't think of what I would want, but like Lookout's Dispersal, for instance. So I guess we'll just put We haven't played a land yet, so we could put island and then like sentries on top of the library. And then play Lookout's Dispersal. And then Dust Charger maybe. So I guess let's put land on first. And then head to our sentries. Play our island. Attack. One's gotta have something here. If it costs him a lot, Lookout's Dispersal will get him. Windstrider, yeah. We're just gonna counter that. It does give my opponent a little bit more information, but I think just making sure we lock this game away is good. Okay, well, turns out we can beat opponents when they just don't do anything, but I would hope so, I guess. Alright, out of the sideboard, I guess we don't have very many sideboard cards, do we? Spreading Rot doesn't seem like it does much. Dark Inquiry, didn't see anything we were terribly scared of. I guess we'll just run it back. What are the things we would ever sideboard? Like Divine Verdict? Maybe Reckless Rage? Maybe Relic? Ugh, that's pretty bad though. Yeah, there may not be much sideboarding in these matchups. Okay, so this hand's quite a bit worse, but we are on the draw. If we find an island, we're quite well off. We do have Wand Scoundrels. I think we're gonna keep. This hand could go really bad. We could play like turn 2 Wand Scoundrels. He could go Lightning Strike, play 2 threats, and we never find an island. If we find an island, this hand is pretty okay. Okay, yep, the hand is now pretty okay. So, do we play Wanton Scoundrels into just 2 open mana? Lightning Strike isn't... I mean, it's an uncommon that you only see 1 pack of. The only card I can think of that blows us out, although if he has Bombard next turn, it's kind of bad too. Kind of like just playing it safe. Wanton Scoundrels is still good later on in the game. And again, I think we win games that go really long, so I think I'm actually just going to play this Warren Guardian here. And not risk the blowout. One Scoundrels, if my opponent doesn't have anything, obviously puts a lot of pressure on him, but if he just kills it and then plays 2 threats next turn, we're pretty far behind at that point. Far enough behind that I'm not sure we can actually win. Oh, Sailor Beans. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, maybe he's just defensive. So we play it this turn. Next turn he's gonna have 5 mana anyway. I think I still just like slow rolling. I don't know, maybe that's not correct. It's just so bad if he does have a removal spell. And he's playing red, which I mean frequently will have things. I'm gonna play River Darter. Again, this may be too conservative, but we do have not a terrible late game plan. I think long games in general are going to favor us. Crashing Tide. Yeah, see, if my opponent's doing things like that, pretty okay. That makes me think he probably doesn't have removal. Because if he had removal, he would have used it as opposed to Crashing Tide, probably. Unless he's trying to find land drops, but he's hit every land drop. I think that was just his only play there. So I think I actually am going to play Scoundrels. And he's also getting to the point where the treasures matter less than they did. Alright. We're going to play Sailor Beans, and then crack the treasure, and play Wand Scoundrels. Scoundrels is a card that can attack into my opponent, which is nice. And step Lightning Strike. I would cry. Like, legitimately, I'm already starting to have watery eyes thinking about it. Okay, no weeping just yet. We'll suck that eye juice right back up. Okay. Yep, so that makes me think for sure that he doesn't have removal. He's just trying to draw for it. Because if you had the kill spell, you'd use it. Shipwreck Looter. Kind of don't hate playing that. I mean, it's bad against Sailor Means. Maybe we wait a little bit longer. I think we swing with both of these, replay Scoundrel, play River Darter. Yeah, I guess maybe that's better. Avast, 1 damage. We will surely take it. Not a particularly fast game, but my opponent still seems to be on the... I don't know. He just isn't doing tons. I wonder if he had kind of a tough draft. Okay, Water Trap Weaver's a good card, definitely. I imagine he's tapping down the Scoundrels. No, he's not. Okay. Kitesail Corsair. So maybe it's just been bad draws then, because those were both a little bit better, like, more aggressive tempo-y plays. Okay. So this turn, I think I like swinging with Wanted Scoundrels with Crashing Tide up, and that's it. This gives my opponent the opportunity to try and double block and trade, but I'm not even sure that's great. Okay. So we'd probably rather kill the Sailor of Means here, I think. So we'll bounce the Water Trap Weavers. He'll get another trigger where it can come in and tap something down. Do we care? I think getting the 4-power creature out of the way is better, because then like River Darter might be able to start attacking. Okay. Bounce his Weavers. They're out 1 blocker. And then we're going to play Shipwreck Looter and get rid of one of these extra lands. I would love to draw a card. And we'll just pitch an island. Swamps have a little bit more utility, since we do have Tetsamok. I guess Secrets of the Golden City pulls us a little bit in the other direction, because we want to have things to play post-double island. But what's my opponent got in hand? He has missed land drops. Okay, Fire Cannon Blast. Maybe he's just got a huge threat? Maybe he's playing, like, the blue dinosaur? White, okay. Oh, that might just mean he's... okay, yeah. Just choosing the easiest to select color. Still keeping River Darter out of it. I guess that makes more sense. The last turn with the Wand Scoundrels is a little bit surprising to me, but... not swing with the Kitesail Corsair. Ooh, Riverwise Auger's a pretty good draw. Fixes our land. Do we want to keep up double black if we find Tetsamok? I know I sound like a broken record. I'm just so excited to play him. What are the odds we find a blue card we'd rather play? We can always keep the island if we really had to. Alright. That's a pretty small distinction there. Yeah, we might get a little bit more value one way or the other, but it's probably not a huge deal. Alright. Okay, some good cards here. We have March of the Drowned, which we could use to get back one of the Scoundrels on its own. I guess we put back Deadeye Brawler and... well, no. I won't have an option to play either next turn, so we'll put Island back on top, and then... I guess Brawler's actually a better attacker, so maybe the Prosperous Pirates. Although I guess, again, we're going to have both options next turn. Alright. Play our land. We're going to hold the March of the Drowned. And we'll get in there. Okay, trading Sailor Means for Kitesail Corsair? I think so. I think I'm okay trading either of these cards for it, even though this does give him kind of a profitable double block. Okay. Yeah, really happy with that trade, certainly. And I think we'll just pass the turn back. We could play March of the Drowned and like pick up both of these cards kind of aggressively, but I want to be able to get back things like Deadeye Brawler if he has an answer for it. No attack from my opponent, no play from my opponent. We could play Prosperous Pirates and Deadeye Brawler. I guess that's true, we can. We have 7 mana and 9 mana. I guess that's alright. Let's go to attacks first. Just gonna get in with the force here. I'm pretty unafraid of any tricks he could have. Well, Windstrider's actually a pretty good one. Okay, I take that back. That's pretty good, and he did show us that in the first game. So we got outplayed a little bit there. And I would imagine he blocks Sailor of Means here. I guess if he does, it potentially wrecks him with Skullduggery. Okay. And that was good value for my opponent. I should have considered the Windstrider for sure. Yeah, we lost. Yeah, that was not a great attack. And we did see that last game, so I really have not much excuse. But we still have a pretty good board. Deadeye Brawler and Prosperous Pirates match up pretty well against Windstrider. And if anything goes too terribly, we have March of the Drowned to bring back 2 of our best pirates, so not hating our position either. What are our good draws? Obviously Tetsamok's great, Dusk Charger, Secrets of the Golden City would be quite good. That might be pretty much it. I mean, obviously Water Knot and Walk the Plank are never things we're unhappy to see. Okay. Fencing Melody's pretty good there. Unfortunately, can't get the super value Crashing Tide again. But that does a good job of blanking pretty much our whole offensive. So you get back like Shipwreck Looter now, although that's a chump attack in. You can just get back Riverwise Augur. It does like let us dig a little bit into the deck. Can't really abuse it though. Do we just sit? Ugh. Yeah, Entrancing Melody. Pretty good. Do we have to answer the Windstrider immediately? I don't hate Riverwise Augur, honestly. I think I'm just gonna get that back. If we find removal, we're not sad. If we find Tetsamok, we're not sad. Yeah, I think that's okay. I'm gonna keep up Double Black because we want to be able to walk the plank, at least potentially. This is funny because this either speeds up our good plays or shows us that we have nothing happening for a long time. Okay, well, I think we're in the nothing happening for a while, unfortunately. So I guess we'll play Fathomfleet Border. In which case, might as well get the Headwater Sentries first. Put Swamp on top, then Sentries on top. And play out our cards. And this Deadeye Brawler, it's almost like this card's really good. Almost like we were really happy to have it for our deck or something. I don't think you can really play around Entrancing Melody, but that is kind of funny. Ooh. Coming in with it. So that makes me think Trick. Or he could just be excited for a 2-for-1, but probably not. He has a Trick, what's he most likely to have? Sure Strike just kills us. He has First Strike. Yeah, if he has +1/+1, Buccaneer's Bravado, we're pretty bad there too. If he has Sure Strike, he just wipes our board if we put everything in front. I think we force him to use a trick using 2 creatures. Yeah, I guess. And then we can force another trick next turn. One's got a lot of cards in hand. We do have a lot of lands. I mean, pretty much anything we play will be pretty good. And obviously we do have at least one card that kind of just wins us the game when we play it. Not just, but close. So Entrancing Melody was a sick 3-for-1, kind of at worst here. He does have a trick. Okay. Then Friendly Fire means I guess we should have blocked with 2 creatures. But it's hard to know. There's a bunch of different things that are bad for us there, I guess. Okay, next turn we're just drawing a land. I guess let's swing with our Prosperous Pirates. Should have done that before I played my other creature, but I'd rather have the Prosperous Pirates alive than either of these 2 cards, so those will be our double blockers this time. Alright, what you got this time? I think we just have to try and bleed the tricks, like... Okay, well, maybe nothing that time. So yeah, I mean, Entrancing Melody did some serious work. Definitely got my opponent a ton of card advantage, but... Deadeye Brawler is off the board now. Really, we just have to hope my opponent doesn't have either really good flyers or some great... Okay, Stormfleet Spy. It's a good card, but not a busted one either. We're hoping to dodge bombs, obviously. And just anything really strong. Okay. Righaller, Bounce My Pirates. Actually, it's probably bad for him. I mean, the treasure doesn't matter much, but... I mean, it is still a thing. Like, the fact that he played that might indicate that he doesn't have much else going on. Yeah. So Prosperous Pirates can't currently swing into these pair and be real happy about it. We're taking 3 from the Windstrider every turn. Yeah, I mean, there's only so many different ways I can say we're top decking, but we are top decking. Crashing Tide? Okay. Good value for sure. I'll let my opponent make a reasonable attack here, get in for 5 points of damage. Entrancing Melody is a good card. Another swamp, not particularly exciting. Still aboard the Tetsamok wins on though. And unless my opponent's still got other threats, Prosperous Pirates is still a pretty big brick wall. Hopefully you've gotten to the point where you just can swing at the Windstrider. Nothing else is profitable. Okay. Doesn't look like any more tricks. I think my opponent's deck looks good. It's definitely slower than what I'm used to from a blue-red deck, but he has a lot of powerful cards. Some good removal, good value. It just is indeed a more controlling version. So I don't think we're gonna draw Perilous Voyage just immediately. I mean, we could scry off the Daredevil. Maybe not terrible. Ooh, another Windstrider. Awfully bad for us. So that might mean he swings with everything. No, because that only takes us to 1. Unless he also has a trick. 2 Windstriders. Alright. Only so much we can do about that. Playing Perilous Voyage now does what? I guess we need the Scry, probably, because I think Tetsamok's the only thing that wins it for us at this point. So I guess we'll take it. We'll bounce the Direfleet Daredevil. That gives my opponent some good value, but I think Tetsamok's the only thing that lets my opponent win. What he'll get back March of the Drowned, I guess, is his play. Means he gets back a couple of good cards. If he plays another small creature, we'll bounce that instead, but the Scry is our out, I think, so. Alright, moment of truth. We have a Tetsamok in the top 3. That's the only thing that takes care of both Windstriders. We do not. Alright, so I guess that one first. Then that one. Tetsamuk? Oh, so close. Well, I guess actually it doesn't hit Merfolk anyway. Alright. Well, 1-1. That Entrancing Melody, I think, was definitely MVP. If we'd gotten to use our own Deadeye Brawler, I think we may have had a different game. Still not sure we changed anything. Negate definitely does seem like it has some good options. It has a bunch of flyers, so I mean, we could try and like play Plummets. The problem is we just only have the 2 treasure makers, and even though we ended up with tons of treasures that game, I don't think we can count on that. Alright. My fate is in the library's hands now. Alright, who would like to play first? And got a pretty good hand. We even got our bomb, so let's go ahead and keep this. I guess we'll start off with islands, because we do want to... Well, actually, I guess we should start off with swamps. I was going to say we want to be able to play Water Knot on time, but actually, revealing Tetsamuk's not irrelevant. Don't think it will end up mattering, but... Okay. So we're getting to the point where we're probably going to be able to play Tetsamuk outside of a counterspell. Riverwise Auger's not a bad one. We played that before the Deadeye Brawler? Not sure, actually. Which we'd rather play first. Alright. Sailor Means. A good, not astounding card. Guess we'll play Deadeye Brawler and swing into that. Ooh, Wanted Scoundrels is nice as well. I think I still like Deadeye Brawler, it's just a little bit more mana efficient. Also a little bit less bad if my opponent does have removal, but he hasn't really shown us actually a ton that interacts with Wanted Scoundrels. He has an Unfriendly Fire, but as far as like direct damage, not too much. So this next turn he could have Entrancing Melody again. Not looking impossible. Charging Tuscadon. Alright. That does kill us pretty quick. We're gonna play Water Knot on that. Ooh, so we did hit enough off Tetsamuk that we could play it. I kind of like letting the board build out a little bit more, but Tuscadon unfortunately represents a lot of damage really, really fast. And I like playing this, keeping this a secret. I think we're gonna play Water Knot on the Tuscadon, and then play Wanted Scoundrels. Seems okay. Pretty much any threat, I'll let just my opponent build out the board, but because the Tuscadon hits so hard, I think we'd have to trade with the Deadeye Brawler. And if my opponent has a way to remove the Deadeye Brawler, that's also a way we lose. We do want to be careful not to get too greedy with Tetsamuk, but I'm sure that's barely a thing that can happen, right? So he did sack his treasure last turn, which makes the Charging Tuscadon probably his best play. What does that mean? Does that mean too much? Could mean he doesn't have a 4-drop, or he just has like a couple of 3s. Maybe he has a couple of Crashing Tides. Water Trap Weaver. Fine card. Imagine the Scoundrels getting tapped down. Ooh, no, the Brawler. I wouldn't think my opponent has any attacks he's happy with here. I mean, coming with Sailor means... What do you even have for 1 mana? Yeah, I don't think he attacks. Okay, yep. Are we okay trading the Wanted Scoundrels away? Probably not. Again, let's play the slow game, build out the board. Ooh, Prosperous Practice is nice. Another big defender. Yeah, I think we continue just to play it cool here. Do we reveal Tetsamuk? At this point. Still don't think we need to. I don't know, maybe I'm playing him too slow, but I don't hate the idea of my opponent playing a couple more like good spells, and us just starting to really hit pretty hard. Deadeye Brawler now has the Blessing, which means he's definitely encouraged to play out some blockers for it. I guess that's true. So right now, my opponent doesn't have any good blocks. I mean, I guess Wand Scoundrels, kind of. So I guess we could mark 2 with Tetsamok. And then if he wants to play another creature, he just knows that's going to die too. So then he's got to start taking hits from Deadeye Brawler or the Prosperous Pirates. Yeah, maybe actually I'm okay with this. The scariest thing in the game. Tetsamok. Revealing prey counters. I guess there's no need to use treasures up. And maybe it was just not worth it. We gave my opponent a lot of information there. Yeah, alright. I think it's bad again. Wow, opponent just concedes on the spot. Yeah. Tetsamok's pretty hard to beat. I mean, that's why you derail your draft for it. I've definitely been in my opponent's position before, and your opponent just reveals there, and you're just like, I can't even win. Like, he's just gonna wipe my board. If I play more cards into it, they die too. There's no way I interact. But cool, happy to pick up match 1. Thanks in large part to our Elder Dinosaur. I'll see you guys for match 2.